Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are in A Course in Miracles workbook for students. This is Review 5, Introduction. We now review again. This time we are ready to give more effort and more time to what we undertake. We recognize we are preparing for another phase of understanding. Footnote 344. The other phase of understanding is part 2 of the workbook. In this review, then, we will continue the preparation for part 2 that began in review 4. See the first sentence of the introduction to that review. We would take this step completely that we may go on again more certain, more sincere, with faith upheld more surely. Our footsteps have not been unwavering. Our doubts have made us walk uncertainly and slowly on the road this course sets forth. But now we hasten on, for we approach a greater certainty, a firmer purpose, and a surer goal. Steady our feet, our Father, let our doubts be quiet, and our holy minds be still and speak to us. We have no words to give to you. We would but listen to your word and make it ours. Lead our practicing as does the Father lead a little child along a way he does not understand. Yet does he follow, sure that he is safe, because his Father leads the way for him. So do we bring our practicing to you, and if we stumble, you will raise us up. If we forget the way, we count upon your sure remembering. We wander off, but you will not forget to call us back. Quicken our footsteps now. Footnote 345. Our footsteps refers to our practicing and the progress that comes from that. So, quicken our footsteps now that we may walk more certainly and quickly unto you. And we accept the word you offer us. To unify our practicing as we review the thoughts that you have given us. 346. The word that unifies our practicing is the central thought of this review, which is provided in the next paragraph. God is but love, and therefore so am I. This is the thought which should precede the thoughts that we review. Each one but clarifies some aspect of this thought, or helps it be more meaningful, more personal and true, more descriptive of the holy self we share, and now prepare to know again. God is but love, and therefore so am I. 1 John 4:8. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. The above reference both intensifies this, God is but only love, and also draws out its implications, and therefore so am I. This self alone knows love. This self alone is perfectly consistent in its thoughts, knows its Creator, understands itself, is perfect in its knowledge and its love, and never changes from its constant state of union with its Father and itself. And it is this that waits to meet us at the journey's ending. Every step we take brings us a little nearer. This review will shorten time immeasurably if we keep in mind that this remains our goal, and that as we practice it is this which we are approaching, our goal. Let us raise our hearts from dust to life as we remember this is promised us, and that this course was sent to open up the path of light to teach us. And this course was sent to open up the path of light to us and teach us step by step how to return to the eternal self we thought we lost. I take the journey with you, for I share your doubts and fears a little while, that you may come to me who recognize the road by which all doubts and fears are overcome. We walk together. I must understand uncertainty and pain, although I know they have no meaning. For a Savior must remain with those he teaches, seeing what they see, but still retaining in his mind the way which led him out, and now will lead you out with him. God's Son is crucified until you walk along the road with me. My resurrection comes again each time I lead a brother safely to the place at which the journey ends and is forgot. I am renewed each time a brother learns there is a way from misery and pain. I am reborn each time a brother's mind turns to the light in him and looks for me. I have forgotten no one. Help me now to lead you back to where your journey was begun, and make another choice with me. Release me as you practice once again the thoughts I brought to you from him who sees your bitter need and knows the answer God has given him. Together we review these thoughts. Together we devote our time and effort to them. And together we will teach them to our brothers. God would not have heaven incomplete. It waits for you, as do I. I am incomplete without your part in me. And as I am made whole, we go together to our ancient home prepared for us before time was and kept unchanged by time, immaculate and safe as it will be at last when time is done. Let this review be then your gift to me, for this alone I need, that you will hear the words I speak and give them to the world. You are my voice, my eyes, my feet, my hands, through which I save the world. The self from which I call to you is but your own. To him we go together. Take your brother's hand, for this is not a way we walk alone. In him I walk with you and you in me. Our Father wills his Son be one with him. What lives but must not then be one with you? Let this review become a time in which we share a new experience for you, yet one as old as time and older still. Hallowed your name, your glory undefiled forever. Footnote 348, Matthew 6:9-13. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, for thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. As the Course often does, it applies these lines from the Lord's Prayer to us. Our name is hallowed, our glory is forever. And your wholeness now complete as God established it, you are his Son, completing his extension in your own. We practice but an ancient truth we knew before illusions seemed to claim the world. And we remind the world that it is free of all illusion every time we say, God is but love, and therefore so am I. With this we start each day of our review. With this we start and end each period of practice time. And with this thought we sleep to waken once again with these same words upon our lips to greet another day. No thought that we review, but we surround with it and use the thoughts to hold it up before our minds and keep it clear in our remembrance throughout the day. And thus, when we have finished this review, we will have recognized the words we speak are true. Yet are the words but aids, and to be used except at the beginning and the end of practice periods, but to recall the mind as needed to its purpose. We place faith in the experience that comes from practice, not the means we use. We wait for the experience and recognize that it is only here conviction lies. We use the words and try again to go beyond them to their meaning. which is far beyond their sound. The sound grows dim and disappears as we approach the source of meaning. It is here that we find rest. Footnote 349. According to this paragraph, we are supposed to repeat words, the words of the review lesson and the central thought, only at the beginning and the end of the practice periods, or when we need to pull our minds back from wandering. We should spend the bulk of our practice periods in a state of wordless waiting, waiting for the experience of what the words speak of. Beginning with this review, this method of meditation in which the only focus of attention is a silent waiting for the experience of God, free of all words and thoughts, becomes increasingly prominent in the workbook. And now I will pull out Robert Perry and Helen Watson's. This book is like getting to the very end, and then I start a second volume for section 2, so it's hard to hold the pages, so please bear with me. Review 5, Introduction, and Lessons 171 to 80. Review 5, Practice Instructions. The purpose of Review 5 is to prepare Part 2 of the workbook, to give more time and effort to practicing that you may pick up your pace on the journey to God. To recognize the truth in the central idea, God is but love, and therefore so am I. Make this a review to Jesus and a time in which you share with Him a new yet ancient experience. Prayer. Use the prayer in paragraphs 2 and 3 to dedicate the review to God. It asks God to lead your practicing and to call you back to when your practice lags, so that you can make quicker progress on the road to Him. The central thought. The review really involves around this idea, God is but love and therefore so am I. The purpose of the review is to bring us to a place where we truly understand and experience the truth of God is but love and therefore so am I, the truth of that idea. And the purpose of the ideas being reviewed is to support the central idea, so our reviews will support that God is but love and therefore so am I. Draw out different aspects of it and make it more meaningful and more personal and true. Therefore, have this idea pervade every day of this 10-day review. Start and end the day with it. Start and end each practice period with it, and surround every repetition of the review ideas with it. So the quiet time, the meditation, is at least 5 minutes, ideally 30 or more. And I'll do a separate meditation for all the review lessons, which will be a silent meditation for 15 minutes, though I will start out with the prayer and the central idea in the lesson. So I will have an individual meditation for each review lesson, beginning with lesson 171. So spend a moment repeating the central thought, which will open with the prayer, and then the central thought, God is but love, and therefore so am I, and the 2 review ideas. We'll surround each review idea with the central idea. Use the review ideas to illuminate some aspect of the central thought and make it more meaningful to you. Then we will enter the open mind meditation. We'll hold our minds still and quiet, empty of all words. Words are like signposts. They point to meaning, but now you are seeking the direct experience of meaning, and for this, words only get in the way. In this verbal void, simply wait in silent expectancy for the experience of what the words speak of. The experience of your true self. Your whole focus is on waiting in still anticipation. Your mind is at rest, yet also poised. Your whole awareness is waiting for the dawn of realization to spread over it. Hold this focus wordlessly. However, when your mind wanders, which will happen regularly, repeat the central thought to remind you of what you are waiting for. the realization of your true self, and then return to your wordless waiting. Close by repeating the central thought once again. God is but love, and therefore so am I. And then 1 or 2 minutes as the hour strikes, repeat the 2 review thoughts surrounding each one with the central thought. Then thank God for His gifts in the previous hour and ask His guidance for the coming hour. Close with the central thought. So I'll do a separate meditation for each lesson, and beginning with lesson 171. Thank you so much. This is Review 5, Introduction. And this is, I believe, Robert Perry's commentary on it. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.